Yeah, first I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations to the Akim teaching the word in sincerity and in truth. And blessings to the elect and the 1/3 of Israelites scattered worldwide, predestined to be saved. Now, this is Yakao coming with another video. It's a short lesson. And I'm sorry I haven't done a video for a while. I've really, what can I say? I'm really been suffering, you know. I'll always be honest to God's sheep, man. You know, the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. You know, whether it be people that are interested or not, you know. And you know, as I said, I've got sickle cell, so, and it's been pretty intense in the last couple of weeks, to the point where the doctors where I go, they actually rang me after I did a blood test. And when I did this blood test, because I usually go to the hospital, I have transfusions called exchange transfusions, where they take blood out and put blood in, you know, back into me, because I've almost died twice. I died twice. First time was 2012. I was in an intensive care, in an induced coma, where they put you to sleep for your own benefit, and then they can treat you. Like when, you know, when people had the bug, you know, when we had the pandemic, it was the same then. People that had it really bad and was in ICU, they do an induced coma. That's what they call it. Put them to sleep, you know, for their own benefit. That happened in 2012, roughly. And then a year later, boom, it happened again, man. You know, when I was coming from work, you know. And I think the second one was, the first one was worse, it was longer, I was in there. But the second one was worse for my sister, you know, because sister's, she actually was there when it was all happening, you know. Because she works, you know, closely in that medical field. So, I've been, I mean, people could look up success if they want themselves, but everyone's got some kind of challenge that the Lord has given you. Remember the Isaiah 45 and 7. God says, I form the light, I create darkness, I create peace, I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. See, that's what the enemy doesn't understand. He doesn't understand that God controlling him. God is controlling him. God is controlling him. He thinks he's fighting God, but God is just controlling him. I have to laugh. Oh, the Lord has got you, man. The Lord has got you in his back pocket, man. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can't do anything, because he controls the left, which is Satan and the demons, and he controls the right, which is Yahweh and the angels. He controls everything. They think that Satan is against God. Oh my gosh, crazy. See, but that's what happens, you know. You do err not knowing the scriptures. Okay? That's not knowing the scriptures. But for those that are suffering like me, and it might be a different form of suffering. Not, you know, that's been happening to me. Pain, not being able to sleep, having a liver that's overworked, you know, which makes it hard to sleep. I'm telling you, man. 3 nights before that blood test, I couldn't sleep for 3 whole nights, man, in a row. When I had that blood test, the doctors called me and said, your blood test is so abnormal. You need to go to hospital now. Oh yeah, did I say yes? Yep, yes, right, left, right. You know, and I ran. No, I didn't, man. You know, I prayed to the Lord, man. Alright, I went for my treatment. They wanted to keep me in. The doctor was so worried. And then after the treatment, after the blood exchange, when they, you know, they finally said, listen, your kidney function tests is really abnormal, man. There's something wrong with your kidneys. They said your CPR, which means you have an infection, your marker is sky high. She goes, just one night. We'll give you fluids. I said, I could drink at home, you know. We'll give you fluids and, you know, you can be here and if you have pain, the painkillers you can have, this, that, and the other. And I reluctantly agreed, but I was agreeing. But then I said to myself, and then a guy that knows me in the hospital, he's got sickle cell as well, he was saying, just stay one night, just stay one night. And I was really uncomfortable, man, because they treat people with sickle cell in America as well. I've done videos on it as well. You can put it in on YouTube, sickle cell stigma. They treat us badly, man. When you're in all that agony, I mean, it's the most painful condition in the world. All right, and that's a punishment from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay, all the things we're going through is punishment from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, or trials and tests. All right, something the Lord might put you through is just a trial or a test. So today we're gonna do a short video, and we're gonna talk about a few scriptures on suffering. I'm gonna break it down, so those that are in this truth, who are earnestly in this truth, whether you're a brother or a sister. We have a lot of sisters coming into this truth, man, and that's a joyous thing, you know, and they're in order, all right, they're not teaching us, you know, etc. They, you know, if they want to ask a question on, you know, on the comment board, they, you know, they're doing it respectfully, high elder, you know, that's what the Lord wants. He wants order. So our people need to know why they're suffering, man. Okay, we know that we brought the law, statutes, and commandments, but if we persevere in this truth, there's reward. There's going to be a reward and an end of our suffering. And that's what the Christian churches cannot tell you. They cannot tell you why you're suffering. When I went to church, all right, before the Lord brought me into his truth, I said to the pastor, why am I suffering so much? And he said to me, he looked me in the eye and said, I don't know. You know what I did? I got up and I shook his hand, man. Because at least he was being honest, man. Okay? At least he was being honest. Okay? You know? And it was a Benjamite church. It was mainly Israelites from the tribe of Benjamin. You know? And I really respected that because he was honest. Unlike most of our Christian pastors, they would say, oh, it's because you have no faith. You're not putting enough money in the collection plate. You know? So, this is going to start with 1 Peter 3 and 14. Alright? But even if you should suffer for what is right, you are blessed. So, right now, you know, like I got two sisters, and one of the sisters looks at me like I'm dirt, man. I'm telling you, man. She's got a big demon on her, man. You know? And she's doing some things that are totally out of order, which is an absolute disgrace, you know. All right, but if you should suffer for what is right, you are blessed. So she can look at me all she wants, but I'm blessed. Do not fear their threats, and do not be frightened. All right. So if we're in this truth and we're suffering, that's what's supposed to happen. It's just not supposed to be a cakewalk. I didn't know the amount of suffering though, man. I was like, wow, man. You know, but every time I feel down, the Lord just picks me back up. You know, there's a film called Three Paper Tigers. You should watch it. And it's a Jake and two other characters, and they're Moabites, and they're into kung fu. And every time they knock someone out, they pick them up. They punch their back, they twist it like a key, and then they hit a certain parts of their body. And then they hit them on the shoulder, and the person just wakes up. You know, that's what the Lord is. That's what the Lord does to me, and He does to you as well. All right, okay. So as long as you're in this truth, if you're suffering for righteousness' sake. So you shouldn't throw away this truth, man. You shouldn't give this away. Once you start saying, "Oh, God is forsaking me," and this, that, and the other, you got a problem, man. All right. By your words, you should be condemned. So be careful what you say, man. All right. Okay. All right. This is 1 Peter 5 and 10. And the God of all grace, and grace is a gift, who called you into His eternal glory in Mashiach. We don't say this word, man. after you have suffered a little while, will himself restore you and make you strong, firm, and steadfast. And I am strong. I'm not gonna lie, and that strength comes from the Lord, man. I've almost gone blind in one eye. I've almost died twice. I've had a hip replacement. I'm gonna have a knee replacement very soon. I've been in hospital for over 30 times in my life. I got beaten up, knocked out unconscious by an Edomite guy when I was 17. But guess what? I'm still here, man. And I'm still doing the Lord's work. Okay? That's not me. That's not my strength. Alright? That's him. That's Yahweh Bashim Yahushai holding me up like he's holding you up. So whatever you're going through, it might be a family member, it might be money problems, it might be a death in the family. Alright? You know? It might be a family member who you love, or yourself who is disabled and you got to look after them and you don't know how to cope. There's so many things that you brothers and sisters that in this truth are going through, man. Alright? But you will be rewarded, and that suffering is not going to be forever, man. It's not going to be forever. Alright? Okay? This is 2 Timothy 3:12. In fact, everyone who wants to live a godly life in Mashiach Yahushai will be persecuted. And that's the other thing. I had an argument with one of my sisters, and she actually badmouthed this truth, you know. And let me say this, man: if she doesn't repent of that, she's not gonna make it. All right, the Lord ain't gonna be with her, and Jacob's trouble is right round the corner, man. Okay. So this is not a light thing to play with. I give you a stern warning. My dad, my earthly dad, because you have one heavenly father, but my dad, you know, who, you know, I came out of his loins, saw me and the brothers teaching, all right, in London, in a certain part of London, and he saw me. I waved to him. You know, he waved by. One of the elder brothers said, that's your dad, right? He looks like you look like your dad. I said, yeah. A few days later, or a week, or maybe 2 weeks later, he told me to stop teaching, man. And he said, I saw you and your... He didn't say it with his voice, but he messaged me and said, I saw you and your stupid friends in your stupid robes teaching your Bible. He's lucky he never said stupid Bible, man. He said, I forbid you to do this anymore. I just ignored him, man. You know? I have to do what the Lord tells me to do, you know. And you know what? When I got that message, I said to my friend, my dad is gonna the Lord is gonna put my dad to death. And guess what? He's dead now, man. He died in the pandemic. So this is not a game, man. All right. This is Galatians. Actually, I think I've got this one here. Actually. All right. All right. Galatians 6:2. Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Mashiach. So that means that when you have a problem, all right, bear it to someone, especially if you know someone that's in this truth. All right. If you don't, then hey, there's me, man. All right. You can just message me and just say, you know what, I need to talk, this, that, and the other, and you know, and we'll exchange information, and that's it. I've done it before. There's people out there. I'm telling you, there's some people there. We had a woman years ago that came up. She was literally standing outside the camp. All right, and because we had Bibles and robes and stuff, and I said to, you know, the brother, he's not a brother no more, not the truth, who was speaking. I said, ask her, man, if she's got a question, and she couldn't bring out the words, and I pulled her over, and she told me a hell of a lot that she's going through, man. And I gave her the name Yahweh and her son, the son Yahushai, because she was very sincere in what she was saying, you know. And she might have been one of our people. She said she's from Botswana. They're Hamites, but she looked like an Israelite woman, you know. We exchanged information, and when I emailed her, she emailed me back a few months later. She said things are a lot better, man. Okay? All right? And remember, we have to walk in the same shoes as the Messiah, man. Alright? This is our forefather, Prophet Isaiah said this. Isaiah 53. And this is all about suffering, man. and the suffering is going to be hyped up, you know. So I'm suffering now. Can you imagine when the lights go out, man? When we have blackouts, they're going to do this. When, you know, the Lord is going to do it because the Lord controls him. All right. When they have blackouts, when there's martial law, when they round you blacks up and put you in your detention centers, when they start, you know, putting draconian measures in, you know. All right. This is Isaiah 53 verse 5. He was despised and rejected by mankind, a man of suffering, familiar with pain, like me, like one from whom people hide their faces. He was despised and he was felt, and we held him in low esteem. Yeah, man. Could you imagine if Yahushua walked the earth now, man? All right, you know, big, grey, tall, really tall, 6 foot plus, you know, dark as night. All right, big afro, all grey and woolly. All right, and a big beard, all grey and woolly. You average so-called black women and black men, you'll look at him like he's absolute garbage. But you know why? Because you hate yourself. That's why. All right, you wouldn't look at him in self-esteem, and that's how people was back then. So if he went through that road, we're gonna have to go through that road. All right. This is James 1 and 12. Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive a crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him. And how do we love him? By keeping his commandments. Okay? So, and there's so much more, man. I mean, what I can do, I can put a link. I'll upload the video, but then I'll put this link in the description. This is scriptures on suffering. And this is something that I have to look at and meditate, you know, because when one problem is solved, the Lord solves one problem, he'll bring another one, man. But if we endure to the end, this is what's going to happen, man. All right, and we're all going to be crying, man. All right, all of us, man. All right, from our teachers on down, everyone, you know, our elders. When Yahushua comes back, Lord willing, if we're on them chariots with him and he beams us up, this is what will be happening, man. Revelations 21 and 4. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning. This is Revelations 21 verse 4. And he will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain. For the order of things has passed away. All right, so all the former things are going to be passed away, you know, and all the people that are in this kingdom living it up, and you know, on their Instagram and shaking their ass, and you know, going out to the gym but wearing provocative clothing. I was in a store the other day, and I'm not gonna lie to you, there was an Edomite woman that came in, and you know, usually they're just they're not a patron of our women, really. I couldn't believe what this woman was wearing, man. And you know, the body and this, that, and all that other. And I was looking at it, and this black guy looked at me and he started smiling, this, that, and the other. And I think, and you know, I say to myself, why would you come out of your house like that? You know, you got a body like that, right? Why are you coming out with Klingon this and, you know, this, that, and the other? And then if a man tries to approach them, then they'll act like, oh, you know, what you doing? See, all of that is going to be wiped away, man. All of the people that are enjoying all of that sin, all right, all of this likes and this, that, and the other, in our kingdom, they're going to be miserable, man. All right, they're going to be miserable, man. And all tears are going to be wiped away, man. And we've done a lot of skullduggery. Like, I'm watching tonight, I was watching this thing. What's it called? I'll show it to you. It's a film called The Northman. The North. man. And this is about, you know, the Vikings, yeah? Yeah? See, look, the Northman. Now, look at the cast. Look at the cast. You know, this guy, look, Nicole Kidman. And you see the kind of practices that they're doing there. Now, remember, Hollywood lies a lot, all right? It lies a lot. But there's some practices in this film. And the Northmen, the Vikings, was us. Let's prove that, man. All right? Black Vikings. Remember, the Middle Ages, all of it was us. It weren't them. You know? There you go. Were the Vikings black? Well, yes, they were. All right, let's click on images, man. See, there's a book called The True Myth. There you go. Black Vikings. There you go, man. The Northman, no diversity. See, so a lot of Jakes know the ones that are waking up. See, and this is the kind of wickedness we used to do. I mean, in this film, and this was in Black Panther. Remember Black Panther? Yeah, when he went to get this guy, you know, to help fight Wakanda. Wait, and it's all snowy in the mountains. Yeah, that's Sweden, man. That's Norway. That's Iceland. All right, from bloody October all the way to around February, it's nothing but ice down there, man. See, look. See? It's not a secret no more, look. This was us, man. But the practices that these people had, they were nothing but pagans, man. All right? Nothing but pagans, man. All right? See? Were the Vikings black? Yeah, they were the Vikings black. And here's a book. Here's a book on it. Look. The True Myth. Black Vikings of the Middle Ages. There you go, man. So the Lord said, what's in the dark shall come to light, you know. And I hope this helped you with suffering. That suffering it will be over soon. So we give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yashai. Double honor to Apostle Elders, Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations to the Akim Teach Word of Syrian Truth. And blessings to the elect and the 1/3. Let's be saved. Shalom.